Hi loves, it's Elle. Welcome back to my channel, and let me de-influence you on a whole ton of stuff from an esthetician's point of view and just because I love you all. And this whole beauty world has gone a little cray-cray lately, and I've never done a de-influencing video, so hang tight, let's do it. Okay, so what de-influencing means is basically just me giving you my opinion on things that are either viral or I've heard just regurgitated by so many influencers, etc., people in my life. I'm bumping a light, and just give you my opinion on how we can go about doing it a little bit differently. All right. So first of all, I want to chat with you about kind of where I have been as far as my skincare journey. I have pulled back a ton. I don't do Botox anymore. I can't say that I never will, but I don't know. There's some stuff that if we want to talk about it and get in deep, we can. Let me know. But I want to first de-influence you with expensive, crazy skincare. Okay. As we know, lately that medical grade is just a marketing term. I do believe that there are professional products because I am a professional and that only professionals can use because it takes more education and knowledge. But medical grade isn't necessarily that. It is just a marketing term so that nice spas and things like that can sell product. And that's just, I'm just being completely honest, all right? It can be formulated differently and better sometimes, but I generally find that's not true. So I know that I just did a video on how to do skin flooding, and as you know, I'm obsessed with essences and sprays and things like that. But that video was a little overdone, obviously, because that was the point. I was trying to show you how to layer a bunch of stuff. But honestly, you guys, de-influencing you on to cut down your skincare routine. Over 40 or even over 35, to me right now, I just want simplicity. I want what works and make it simple. And if it's affordable, then bonus points, all right? So stick with brands like The Ordinary. Not all their stuff is amazing because it can be very one ingredient wise and can get very convoluted and hard to understand, but they have some really great products. You know Maelove. I have loved Maelove for a very, very, very long time, and their products are so well formulated and they are so price conscious, and they have a lot of great products. It's the retinol I use. And then COSRX, and a lot of other K-beauty brands, not just them, Glow Recipe, a lot of other K-beauty brands are fantastic. Medicube is generally really well priced and actually have very effective products. So I'm de-influencing you to just really hone in on ingredients. When you look at the back of something, just make sure that whatever this ingredient is, so say it's a retinol or hyaluronic acid or a peptide, that ingredient is towards the very top of that list, okay? And then research your companies. Find out how they formulate stuff, all right? But those are kind of my go-to brands right now that I've pulled back also too on spending for skincare. I just want my life to be a little bit more simplistic. Also, since I've closed my skincare business and focusing more obviously over here, Gray's back in school, and so that is kind of where my direction is. So I'm de-influencing you to have a crazy routine. All it needs to be is to splash some water on your face in the morning if you wash your face at night. Use some sort of exfoliation. I like a chemical exfoliator a couple times a week, or an essence, a toner, something like that. I'm gonna always go essence for hydration, vitamin C, moisturizer, SPF, night, double cleanse, and then you're gonna use your essence or whatever else you want to use, your retinol and your night cream. It's all you really need, okay? I promise you. Throw in some peptides and some growth factors in there every now and then. I think you'll be good to go. All right, point 2. Consistency wins, you guys. That's all it is with skincare, is consistency wins. It will win time and time again. So stay consistent and you will see great results. Have you guys seen, I'm gonna put a picture of some of the products or some of the ideas of these products that are going viral right now. It's a serum-like product that they say basically like when you rub it into your skin, it peels your skin, and it's all of your skin kind of peeling off with it into like, it's basically pilling. It's not your skin, you guys. It is not like a ton of blackheads and whiteheads coming out of your skin. I want to explain this to you from an esthetician's point of view. I'm sure most dermatologists and other medical professionals will agree with me. It's called a technique, it's called gommage. So gommage is any type of product that does that. You work it into the skin. Yes, there might be a little bit of dead skin cells in there, just a tiny bit, maybe a little bit of kind of pollutants of the day or something like that, but not enough to like make these basically like balls all over your face. And what it's gonna do is that's the product balling up or pilling up to give you a gentle exfoliation. That's its job. That's what it's supposed to do. So do your own research on those. It's called gommage, and it just is funny to me that these products keep coming like in and out, in and out, in and out of you know, our reality. So I say no to those products. Use a chemical exfoliant, retinol, you're good to go. Have you guys ever heard of salmon DNA? Okay, and you know what? I should say, if some of these things work for you guys, don't come for me. I'm just coming from just my point of view. If these things work for you, then good for you, and that's awesome, and I'm glad you found something that works, but it's just scientifically proven. So it's basically, so salmon DNA is this new trend. It's this pink stuff that people put all over their face topically. You also probably have heard it, PDRN. It's going to be all over if you haven't heard of it now. It is a great hydrator. It really is. It's a great hydrator for the face, but in my opinion, you can get that with other types of essences, maybe a little bit more thicker essence, or it has a little bit more like efficacy to them, right? A little more sticky consistency. But PDRN, or salmon sperm DNA, that's what it's called, is topically, I'm just saying topically, there's not a ton of medical research that has come out to support that it really does anything more than hydrate. You're not going to get a ton of wrinkle reduction, but the hydration, you have to remember, when you have fine lines and wrinkles, a lot of that is dehydration. So addressing that first with products I'm sure you already have is going to already plump those fine lines and wrinkles. I do think, though, that there is some cool research. There's some neat research coming out on vegan PDRN, and that needs to come out a little bit more for us to kind of give us a full scope picture, but that is leading me in more of a direction of where that's something that might be interesting. But when you go to a medical professional that actually injects it under the skin, that is where we can see visible, scientifically proven results with this technique. So I would save your money on all of those viral products and kind of go with the ones we talked about before. All right, now let's talk about, I get asked probably pretty much every single day over on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do. I'm over there a lot more, like day-to-day stuff. And I answer a lot more questions over there. It's just an easier platform. So I get asked almost every day, what tools do you use that you love and find different, like really see a difference in your skin? I'll be very, very, very honest. My red light therapy mask is really the only tried and true, when used consistently every day for 10 minutes, that I find has the best results. Now, yes, microcurrent and some other kind of lifting techniques, other types of lasers, at-home lasers, yes, they can be helpful, but you have to remember you're spending $300, $400, $100 here or there trying to grab at the newest thing that potentially will work or not work, and instead, and that's just my opinion, I would highly recommend that you put that money in a little bank account every month. So whether it's $20 or, oh, you know what, I saw that laser today, but I'm gonna put whatever that cost of that laser was or that lifting treatment in a little bank account, let it grow, hopefully a high yielding savings account, because those are much better than a regular savings account. But save that money, and then honestly, you're gonna wanna go to a plastic surgeon. I know that sounds dramatic, I know that sounds like a lot, but if you truly, truly are looking for very long-lasting, effective, and results that you can actually see, your nearest plastic surgeon, or the plastic surgeon that has, you know, that you've talked to and you've vetted and all those things, is really going to do you the best, and it's going to be the best for your money, along with a regular skincare routine. Okay, so that's always first and foremost, plus SPF. Now, I will tell you, the only thing that I really think that might be beneficial for surface lines, fine lines and wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, overall tone and texture of the skin, hydration. So it's going to be disposable microneedling. There's a bunch of brands that are out there doing it right now, but they have to be disposable, so one-time use. But do not get caught up in their claims that you will see a difference just 2 days after you are, basically, doing these small micro needling that has serum already in it, usually peptides or some sort of growth factor or something like that, or hyaluronic acid. So basically, use disposable and then you throw it away, because that way there's no chance for contamination as long as you use clean hands and you do not reuse the same tool. That's why I'll say microneedling at home with one of those rollers and stuff like that, I never recommend, just because of so many bad experiences that I have had clients that have come to me to have to fix. But I do agree with disposable microneedling. Again, if you want me to do a whole video on this idea, let me know. But it is something that I actually used to do in my clinic. I would do surface level microneedling about 2 weeks apart for several months to give the rejuvenation of the face, tone, texture, clarity, fine lines and wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, and really honestly, it's a beautiful, beautiful treatment. So highly recommend that. But that is going to also pair with a consistent and clear skincare routine, SPF, and then red light therapy. I really think that those 3 are going to be your tried and true, save money everywhere else until somebody can prove to me that you really get visible results from something that you can do at home. So if I have bursted any of your guys' bubbles or triggered any of you guys, I'm sorry. It's just my opinion, but coming from an educated one, and I feel like it's very needed right now to kind of slow down, declutter. There's just so much information out there, and I hope that this clears up some questions for you. Now, if you have anything else, any other burning questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I can do a part 2 of de-influencing you guys on any other questions or products that you might have. But thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, loves. If you stay to the end, you get a bonus, because I just thought of this when I was kind of wrapping up. I also want to encourage you to, and myself too, I mean, I'm definitely guilty of this as well, but I feel like we need to have realistic expectations of aging gracefully and how we choose to age. So whatever anybody else does is their own journey, but also too, I think us making sure that we have realistic goals and making sure that what we expect out of ourselves is gentle and kind, and giving ourselves some grace, because in my opinion and everything that we have gone through in my family, aging is nothing but a gift. There are so many people that don't get the chance to. So let's give ourselves a little grace, give ourselves a little bit of kindness, and have some realistic expectations that if we have a little extra lines around our mouth here, around our eyes, it's thankful, because we have been doing nothing but hopefully smiling for the majority of our lives, causing joy lines is what I like to call them. All right, thanks. See you soon.